on this week's episode of Wild Adventures at the skid pad. Let's see him in action.
You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shady, my bros raw. No breaks, we go, 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 go. Throw shade, that's a no, no, no. Go high, go low, low, low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more, more, more. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one, my day ones. Try speak up, can't say none. Try dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money that save up. 10 to 80, my save ones. Take to the top from the basement. New car, race on. Fast lane, pace on. With the booyah, that's a flex. Not human, I ain't from another planet. I'ma teleport my vanish. I'ma wake up, do damage. Join number 7, he's bored though. Working all night, need more though. I remember nights I was poor though. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Back at our favorite place, the skid pan. We decided we're gonna bring this car back to the original place in which we fell in love with it. We brought down obviously the skid 86 because that's always here. Focus RS, where we're gonna give it a bit of a hard time around the skid pan. I fell in love with this car when it came out in 2016. The way it handles and the way it slides like an all-wheel drive when you wanted to and a rear-wheel drive when you wanted to. It confirmed for me that that car would be one of the best handling cars for track work. Let's get the guys all signed up and we'll head out into the skid pan. So the Ford doesn't fail to impress. Again, the all-wheel drive being able to use the power to get it sideways, and thank goodness for that, because unfortunately with this Velo seat, when I pull this up, I can't really go very high because the wing of the seat over here is stopping my arm. But yeah, not being able to use the handbrake in all-wheel drive, if anybody's driven all-wheel drive on the skid pan, handbrake is pretty necessary to get it sideways properly, especially if it starts understeering on you. The quickest way is just dip the clutch, pull the handbrake to put it back up on the angle and get back on the power. Let's give it another crack. second go was better, just basically pushing the car harder, but unfortunately the handbrake's still no good. So for the rest of the day, it's just going to be right-footed everywhere. The other thing to note about a modern car like this is there are so many electronic aids you got to go through. To get to drift mode, I got to go through 4 pushes of the drive mode button, wait for it to enable the drift mode, and then even though you're in drift mode, stability control is still there. So then you need to hold down the traction control stability control button off until it clears it on the dash, which is another 5-second hold. I think what we might end up doing with this car fairly quickly is putting mechanical differentials in there, removing all the electronic control, lock it 70-30, so 70 to the rear, 30 to the front, and remove the torque vectoring, because I think that is causing a few strange things to happen. I know on the drive back when I was coming out of some corners, twice it happened in both directions, where I was easing off the accelerator to just, you know, back off and relax. It felt like the vehicle pulled a direction. It almost felt like it was sending power to one wheel to push it the opposite way, which was less than ideal. We'll just keep playing around today. We'll show you a couple more sessions and then we'll wrap it up. That was the final session for me. Coming through the last corner, it decided, nah, no more for you, and turned off all-wheel drive. Interesting. Now that I haven't seen before. Said drive mode selection not available and said all-wheel drive turned off. Oh man, electronics, eh?
On this week's episode of Wild Adventures at the skid pad, we've got Kester the Molester lying down in his natural habitat, getting the best angles possible for his photos. Let's see him in action. As you can see, he is so focused on his work, he doesn't even know he's being videoed.
Did you even know I was there?
No.
I should become a wildlife videographer. Dude, I was standing here like this while you were taking a photo. You didn't even know I was there.
Concentrating.
At least I know you do your job well.
Exactly. How many other people you see lying in the dirt?
Well, that's it from me at the skid pan with the Focus RS. The next time you'll see us will be at Queensland Raceway on the 4th of July for Time Attack, where we're going to put this car on the track for the first time and see what time it does around sprint and clubman track. We are going to do the race on the Michelin Cup 2s that are on here, which are now full of diesel. Hopefully we'll be able to drive out most of the diesel before that actual track day. Still very happy with the car. The electronics, you know, electronics happen. We had electronic issues with the 86 as well, where it would just completely turn off everything because it's got an electronically assisted rear diff as well. Doesn't matter, it is modern cars, it's what we dealt with, and we just make the most of what we got. But the car's fast, it handles like no other all-wheel drive I've ever seen. Really, really happy with it. If you haven't already, check out our website at www.skidcontrol.com.au, facebook.com/skidcontrol, and Instagram /skid_control. Until next time, we'll see you at the track.